Hi viewers, in this video we are going to discuss about the instruction decoding and read and write cycle, fetch cycle in the microprocessor architecture. So in the previous video microprocessor architecture we have seen what are all the important components inside the ALU and the registers, the flag registers, the temporary registers and the data bus and all. So now process how it is going to be done. So for doing a process, how it will be taken back from the input devices and how it will be done in this for the it sends to output. We are going to see that, right? So memory address register is the one where the it holds the access of the next instruction to be executed. So each and every instructions for execution we need some instructions. The instructions are already stored in some areas, right? So the memory address register MER will help you to get the next data where it is getting saved over there. So memory data register is another one where the MDR, it's mentioned as a MAR, NDR, it holds a data to be stored. So MAR is memory address register where it holds the address of the next instruction. Memory data register holds the data to be stored in the RAM, right? So the stores the data after fetching from the storage, it will store the data in the RAM. This is what the memory data register, memory address register will do. And it is a buffer storage, but it's a temporary storage used for the holding the values of the maybe the numbers, it may be integer or it may be some other floating points extra, right? So now let me see the what how the instructions or the programming is going to be done is first one is the information what it is getting stored in somewhere else, and the stored data or getting decoded. Okay, first it takes the information and it decodes it, then it passes to the next stage. Okay, and after the decoding again it gets to process, then it will come there. So we are seeing some information instruction cycle here. Okay, so how it is going to be done normally, so it will get the information and it stores there, load the access to the PC. So once we are starting that, first it will check whether it has to any interrupts are there, whether we have to go for the interrupts or not. No, if not, if it is there, then we have to go for it. If not, then you can continue the program for the execution. So okay. So now this is what how the instructions are getting back, and PC to the address, load the record to the MDR. First it is going to be stored in the memory data register, and then it sends to CIR, the current information registers and all. Let me see here the stage by stage. So first the three stages are there: fetch stage, decoding stage, and execution stage. Let me see the stage by stage here. The fetch stage is the one where the next instruction what we are going to process, the next instruction is going to fetch from the memory address. Okay, so already the instruction is stored in the program counter, which is currently stored in the program counter. So that it will fetch to the memory address. Okay, memory address fetch from the memory address. It is going to be stored in the memory data register, MDR. So information what to be processed will be fetched back, and it will be stored in the memory data register. And again it's stored into the for the next level is current instruction register. The instructions what are all in the informations that to be stored in the current instruction register. At the end the program points normally, the program counter will go for the next instruction, so it will be added with a 1. So program counter will point to the next instruction to be ready. This will happen in this fetch cycle. And decode instruction is the next level. In the decode instruction, whatever the instruction already we brought it, that is going to be decoded into that for the processing. So instruction register already it has the current instruction, add the current instruction, and the program counter already it holds the next instruction, and here the decoding is going to be happen. So these are all the simultaneously happening. So interprets the implementation of the instruction is going in the decoding. So after that, what will happen? So it fetch data from the main memory and place to the register. Processing is done, then here it reads the effective data from the memory and place to the registers, and executing the instruction. Now execution is going to be happen when if it passes the decoded information as a sequence of control 1, already it's decoded, and the process now it is going to be done. So it's sent to the relevant registers, sequence of control, what to control, how to control. This information is to be sent to the particular registers and passing from them ALU to perform the mathematical and logical operation to them. Writing back again, the accumulator will help to store that normally it will store the data, and then after processing again it will get the result and it will be getting stored. So execution in the sense, from the instruction register which is already registered, we put the instruction in the CIR. From the instruction register, data forming the instruction decoded by the control unit, and then passes the decoded information as to the relevant CPU registers and passing them to the ALU to perform operation. This is the thing will happen. So clock is the one where a sequence of pulses will be generated according to the time interval between the pulse will repeats. So it's a clock. So like this pulses will be generated, it will take some time for processing the data. So here you can see the fetching cycle, write cycle, read cycle, and all how within the time, it's a frequency, we will start and end it in a cycle. So read cycle is the amount of time which is taken, amount of time a memory operation request. Okay, it's a time taken for completion of the reading from memory access time is what is when we are reading from the memory, we are taking memory, and how much time it will take from the CPU and places the address bus, and then it will take to the data bus. So this is the time cycle. Okay, a read cycle is, now we can see a memory access time is the one where it is a time taken from the point the CPU places the address bus, what are in the instruction in the address bus, and it takes back the data of the data bus. So until that, this is called the a cycle. And a write cycle is the one after the execution of the instruction, how much time it will take to write in the memory. So that is the time taken to write the things in the memory. Okay, wait cycle is a delay cycle where sometimes the processor speed is differed from the what is the moment respond for accessing memory is slow. So that time it will take some extra cycle time to complete the operations. So additional circuits will be making additional delay, so we have to reduce it, the additional circuits. So but the thing is, delay wait state is the one where if the process takes more time to respond, then sometime it has to delay, so cycle will be delayed to the next state. So one state will be added up. So running a wait state, it reduces the process frequency. So reduction of the wait state will be fine for doing the operations, right? So here we have three types of buses are the conductors which takes the informations from one place to another. That is the data bus and address bus and control bus we have discussed. So here data bus is a set of wires in which datas are going to be carried out. So at a time 8-bit data or 16-bit data can be processed. So at a time, how much data can be processed? There is zeros and ones will be there. So each wire carries a binary signal of zeros and 1. 8-bit data means 8 bits at a time it will be carried for the process, and it will be processed and it will be written back. So address bus is the one where it shows the location of the memory address. So normally any information comes, it will be getting stored in a address. It has a space and address. the location has its own address, including in devices or monitor, printer, whatever it is. So for particular address, only if I send a signal, that only that address will be open. So address bus will carry the address of the information, so that the location will be open, so that it will be posted here. It's a unidirectional one. So in this case, you can see the address bus, the lower order and the higher order address are there, A to A7 as a AD data bus also. So this is what we have seen in this. What is a bus and what is the data? Okay. So here a control bus is the one which controls the read and write inputs of the devices. So how a clock signal, it controls the what to be done, the actions to be processed. So either it may be read data or write data, it is going to be taken care. And so address bus will carry only the address, data bus will carry the data's information. The process here, control bus, will help you to find to take the instructions of the what is that control signals from between the processor and the various devices. Okay, so either read or write or control is a bidirectional one. So these are the buses we have seen. And here the interrupts, or the one which can interrupt at any time for giving some information. So priority, according to the priority, it will be taken care. So if any emergency, have to stop a motor when it is getting overheated, so information has to pass to the CPU. So this will give the higher priority. So when it comes inside, immediately it will stop the process already, whatever it is going on. Then it allows the interrupts. So interrupts can be done. So it depends upon the RST 7.5, 6.5, 5.5, and interrupts, or it depends upon the priority of the task, what is the importance of this interrupts. So according to that, it will react. The microprocessor acknowledges the interrupt, and then it resends the signal to stop any motor, or to start the motor for fire extinguish, like that. So important thing is interrupts are very important for fetching the data, for giving the aware, for interrupting during process. Okay, fine. So we have seen the data bus and interrupts, the cycles, fetch cycle and write cycles and all. Okay, thank you.